Hey everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 127. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, that retro code, Eddie V.
Shell Shock!
That's the wrong show for that. That's alright, whatever. On the other side of me...
That's Turtles 4.
I know, but we're doing Pow Block, not Arsenal X.
I forgot. Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay. What? Ed's just all over the place right now. He forgot we were doing a show, first of all. Now he thinks we're doing the other show.
No. Did we confirm that, though?
Yeah. What, that we're doing the movie commentary?
No. That Turtles is being related to Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll all... Sort of. But
Turtles 4, which is Super Nintendo.
I don't know. Anyways, joining us also... Jesse Douglas, the wise Wisconsinite.
Go play some Mario Party.
Woo! Mario Party. Yeah! I can be as loud as I want today because the baby and the mama are out of the house. Woo! Sorry. I'm really excited when I get some alone time. Not that I don't love my wife or my baby, but it's very rare that I get some alone time recently. So, and usually by the time I get alone time, it's too late and I just want to go to bed. So... Anyways, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block. This is Nerds Gone Rogue's Nintendo show. If you're just joining us, welcome. I know we have a couple new listeners who sent in questions, so we will be answering your questions. We're going to do a little housekeeping real quick. First off, the giveaway is still going on. This is the last week. You can get a $20 eShop gift card, and I am very excited to give away this eShop gift card because October's giveaway is coming up, and we have a big surprise for you to give away for that as well. So get your questions in for this eShop gift card, and yeah, you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com or tweet at us at Nintendo_Pblock, or leave a comment below this week's episode, and we will answer your question on next week's episode. So next week's episode, the last week you can get your question in, and the winner will be selected next week. So
yes,
on top of that, Pod and Play Season 3 is happening right now on Nerds Gone Rogue Prime YouTube channel, so go check that out. This week's episode is The Witcher. Next week, I believe, is Cuphead. So we got a whole slew of episodes coming up for you for Pod and Play Season 3. Really fun time doing that. Also, if you didn't check it out yet, Ed and I did a Nintendo Direct breakdown episode on podcast feeds and on our YouTube page. The link to the video is also down below. We had a huge discussion, and I know we're going to be talking about it a lot today because our topic today is the next 15 months or so of Nintendo. So, so if you want to check that out, you can go back and listen to that or watch it. Really appreciate the subscribe. Just hit that little red button. Really help us out. We're trying to get that Nintendo Pow Block URL for our YouTube page. So, lastly, check out all of our family of shows. Nerds Gone Rogue, Nerds Gone Platinum, Arsenal X, the B-sides, and of course, Nintendo Pow Block. We do have a movie commentary coming up this week for TMNT, and that will be over on the Arsenal X YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, that'll be awesome. We've done the 3 previous movies, and now we're doing the animated movie that came after those ones, and it's been a good time. We love our turtles over there, as Ed alluded to at the top of the show, as I was introing. He threw me off. Ed, you threw me off so much.
The shell shock is Turtles has always been Nintendo to me.
Man, it's yeah, Turtles is great. But anyways, this week we are talking about the next 15 months of Nintendo and a couple other news stories, little more announcements than news stories. We will be talking a little bit about the Direct, but like I said before, we kind of discussed it on a bonus episode last week. We're not going to discuss everything, but I do want to get Jesse's thoughts on that before we get into the next few months or next year, I should say, of Nintendo. But we're going to get in, and after that, we're going to get into reader questions. We might answer them during the 15-month topic because they have a lot to do with games that are coming up in the future. So we're going to discuss that as well. But we're going to start out with what we've been playing. Jesse, since you have been missing, what have you been playing?
I've been playing so much, but like all that I can think of offhand that for sure that I've been playing a lot of is I've been playing The Messenger on Switch,
which Ed reviewed. You can check it out on ngrradio.com.
I actually read that the other day. So and then I've been playing some Dead Cells. I'll just talk a little bit about that. Ed kind of knows the story, but like me and my friend Pat were just sitting down and playing, just kind of switching the controller off, kind of somewhat couch co-op, and just enjoying playing. And I had gotten, for the first time, beat the first boss, because in the past all I've been really doing is just kind of like running through the maps as fast as I can and just playing pretty sloppily because I was just worrying about getting cells to try to unlock stuff or whatever. And so I'd gotten to the point now where I have a lot of stuff unlocked, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to be serious about this and actually start trying to progress. And so I had beat all the first levels, and I had gotten this amazing setup that was just like I was so OP that to the point of like where all I had to do is throw down my you got the two things that the weapons you can kind of throw down. Like I had the crossbow thing, or the thing that shoots arrows both ways, and then I had this thing where it's like a big crystal formation that like just it's like a force that just smashes anything that's in its path. And that smash thing, like per smash, it did like 1,400 damage or something like that. It was something crazy, like just crazy amount of damage that it did. So we literally all we would have to do is just throw that stuff down and barely do anything. And so like I had gotten past the first boss, and then I was just like, handed off because I was gonna go do something else for a second. I'm like, you can just play. And so then my friend Pat started playing, and we ended up
Pat.
We ended up getting all the way to the final stage, the castle or whatever, where I think you end up eventually going against, I'm guessing, that guy that you see a statue of in the very first level. Like there's that statue you walk up to, and I think at one point he says like, how can he see through that helmet or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing you probably go against him at the end. I don't know, because it was his castle that we were in. And so we had gotten like basically all the way to the end of the game, but he ended up dying before we could get to that final boss. But it was just crazy. I think it was an hour and a half it took to get to that point straight, like that we just played. And so, I've been having a lot of fun with that game, and, now we got a couple more things unlocked, or to unlock, I should say. So, that's mostly what I've been playing. And then I did last night, or this morning, technically, I played a little bit of the Blackout beta for Call of Duty Black Ops. So,
yeah, that looks really clean. It looks like...
Yeah.
Like I watched the quick look on Giant Bomb, and it's like, looks like somebody at Activision played a lot of PUBG last year.
Yeah, and most of the stuff's clean, but it some reviewers have said, like unless you're playing it on PC. I think I don't know like what it would look like for you, Corey, playing it on the One X.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine it would look better, but if you're just playing on like OG Xbox or I think even on the S, they're reporting that like the graphics are about as good as like maybe Modern Warfare 3. Like it's 360. It's 360 graphics. Like it's not as crisp when you're playing because I mean, well, first off, it's a beta.
Yeah.
And two, I mean, they've never made a map even remotely close to the size of that map.
Yeah.
You know, like they've always made very small maps in comparison to other games. So,
but that game has to be ready to go next month. So
well, I know,
yeah,
but you got to look at
the beta build also has probably been ready to go it's probably a build that was about 3 or 4 months old at this point, you know, like they've probably
separate from the main game.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
I mean, like this beta build has probably been they probably stopped production on the beta build about 3 or 4 months ago to prep it for this week, right? Because a lot of the times beta builds are 3 to 6 months old builds, you know, like when people say they're going to play games at E3 behind closed doors or whatever, those builds are like 3 or 4 months old at that point because they have to get them ready, have to make sure they work, the vertical slice works and whatnot. So like, I have no doubt that, you know, this will probably see some sort of graphical enhancement. Plus, like, this is the first time Call of Duty's done anything over 12 players at a time, you know? So, it'll be interesting, but.
Yeah, it's you know, the thing is though, is it's not that bad because I mean, like, I don't mind the loss of graphics because as long as they keep the aesthetics, like, you know, Call of Duty, like, make everything, like, they're known for making things kind of, like, brighter and just, you know, like, just the futuristic look, obviously, in some things and all that. So, I mean, like, I don't, like, that's the same with PUBG when we're playing that. I mean, the graphics are not, like, good at all, but it's all about how it plays and like I don't care. That's such a small detail for me for that kind of game type. Like, you know, like as long as it plays good and from what I've played so far, I really enjoy it a lot. So I'm hopeful for it.
Look,
so.
I mean, as long as it like graphics aside, like as long as it runs smooth and like plays well and you're not getting disconnected, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Call of Duty hasn't really ever been about graphics, to be honest with you. I mean, like Modern Warfare and that trilogy when it came out, and even Black Ops 2, like when it came out, those games look great, but like people don't really, if you want a graphically intense shooter, a lot of people always look at Battlefield as being the better looking game, and Call of Duty is really about how does it feel, does it run smooth, stuff like that. So
it's a more arcadey type, you know, like your arcadey games where they're more, you know, like fast pace and you know, more like between realistic and cartoonish, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll have a lot to say on next week's Arsenal X episode. Because, you know, we're doing the movie commentary this week instead of a normal episode, but I'm sure, you know, I know we're going to try to play some of it tonight, and I'm going to try to throw it up as some squad goals or Royale with cheese stuff for Arsenal X. So if you guys want to check that out, go over to the Arsenal X channel. It should be up by this time because I'm just going to label it as like a special edition type thing to get it out. So, But is that all you've been playing, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, like I played Max Curse of Brotherhood a little bit too. But that's it. Other than that, that's it.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh because Jesse was messing up and he was dying. He's just like, I haven't played this game in 4 months.
Oh, were you streaming
No,
it?
it's been longer than that. Yeah, I streamed it. I need to send it to you. It's for X plays, but
I was on my bed cracking.
Yeah, there was
laughing.
that one thing where the thing's tilting and falling.
Yeah.
Like once it gets to a certain point, like you can't. It like was hard to jump over. But like that's like the only issue I was having was just like jumping issues. But
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's it. You can find out about that. Watch play next episode.
Ed, what have you been playing?
Okay, so for Switch, play some Dead Cells. Still trying to get back to that. Still trying to beat that first boss. I had like his energy, like literally almost depleted to beat him, and he ended up killing me. I was just like, when he starts jumping around, I keep messing up the pattern and stuff. So I'm going to be trying to get back to him and finish up with that. For PS4, played some Horizon Zero Dawn. Finally got my ancient armor, and now I got to do the trials and some other things, and try to get that platinum. For Xbox One, me and Jesse did play Battlefield 5. And I know you guys played it before me. So like you said, we'll have a party discussion about that on AX. But I really enjoyed that. I got to download or I should say, I have to install the Call of Duty beta to get a feel for it. But Battlefield 5, I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to buying that. Started up Quantum Break. And I got to admit, Remedy did a fantastic job. That game is blowing me away. I finished the first act and saw the first live TV scene, and it's really good. And I think Microsoft and Remedy don't get the praise and respect that they should. Because they really did a great job, and I could see how the game was looking like Control, but great story, great voice acting. I made one decision, and I think when I finish the game, I'm gonna go back and make the other decision and play everything else. I did have a problem though, and it might be my controller. I don't know. I couldn't fast dash, so like you could dash away, and like you'll see the smoke. And it says press LB to do it, and I was trying to do it, and it wasn't working. And I'm just like, why is it not working? So I don't know if it's my controller or you go only do it at certain times. So I got to figure out what's going on with that. But I'm really enjoying Quantum Break. I'm really it's one of the games Jesse chose for my extinction, and you guys will probably see it on a certain show later this season. But really am enjoying that. I also picked up Shadow the Tomb Raider. Corey and Jesse knows my frustration on how I acquired that game. But this game is looking to be really good from what I'm playing. It feels different, definitely from Rise and from the regular Tomb Raider. The definitive edition on Xbox One. It feels different, just gameplay wise. Just like
in a good way, or
in a good way. It's not I'm not saying that it's not an improvement, but you know that the regular team who developed this, developed the other two, didn't develop this game, so you can feel the difference. So they kind of Eidos Montreal developed this, and you kind of can feel their polish on this, or their development on this. It's not
Ed's frozen. Ed,
I'm still. Yes.
You froze for like 10 seconds.
Oh.
You're still kind of like
jittery. My keeps saying poor network connection, and I got my Ethernet cable in.
Oh.
So I don't know why it's jumping around like that.
Oh.
So. Am I good to go?
Yeah, you're good right now.
Okay. It's looking. I mean, I can't wait to get through this game. And then I like this week. I'm probably gonna next paycheck. I'm probably gonna pick up Spider-Man. Um, so I can
Spider-Man.
get to.
Spider-Man.
But yeah, really enjoying Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Also played the Forza Horizon 4 demo. Really good. Big improvement from Horizon 3. I'm still having problems with the turns. Like the handling, like that's still problematic for me. And I don't know if I understand you have to buy stuff to get your car better so you can fix that. But I have the problem with I think they make the acceleration way too fast. And because
Well,
of that,
they also start you out in like a supercar, which you probably wouldn't start out in the normal game, you know.
well, even when I played Forza Horizon 3, me and Jesse talked about this. I had upgraded my car pretty much to the maximum that they was giving me, and every time I did a turn, it made my whole car 360.
It's all a matter of getting used to the braking and stuff. Like it's just like in real life. If you were to,
and that's the thing. When I'm braking, the game is still sliding me along, and it turns me all the way 360. Whether I do the regular brake or emergency.
Is the road wet?
No, the road is normal. It's a sunny day, and it always turns my car around.
yeah, like I mean, I have that happen, but like when I'm in the dirt area, like there's different kinds of tires you have to use for certain terrains. If you have a slick tires that are for like certain terrains, and you're using that on
my tires are able to handle the street and the snow
okay.
on Forza Horizon 3, and it's still doing it.
Okay. Yeah, then it's just a matter of braking. It's because
even when I do that, and you know, Jesse will probably play it later, and hopefully I'll probably stream it. I'll take over the stream and show you. So hopefully you watch my stream and you figure out why is it still doing that when sometimes I'm not even accelerating, I'm not even braking, and it would just literally spin my whole car around when I'm trying to make a turn on the curb. So I don't know why it's doing that. And so even when I take I take the acceleration off, even when I get to the turn, and it keeps spinning me around, and it's still doing it in Horizon Forza 4, but it's not doing it that much.
I think do you we'll talk talk about that more some other time.
That's pretty much what I've been playing, and then I think this week is Xenoblade Golden. I think the DLC comes out today.
It's on the 21st. Unless you have the season pass, then it's on the
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'll be picking that up next week too.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I guess for me, I haven't really been playing much. I've been really trying to just get this website crap figured out because it's been all messed up, and I mean it's fixed now, but I have to go in and literally fix every single post now. So that's kind of annoying, but everything recent is up there. I'm pretty sure, so you can check that out. I've got like 400 more posts to fix, so great. Yeah, so I mean, whatever, it's fine, but you know, it's just kind of annoying trying to do that. So I haven't really played that much. I have been playing a lot of Spider-Man. Just real quick, I've already done all the landmark photos. I've already done all the towers throughout the city, and I've already found all the backpacks. So that's kind of what I've been doing for that, because like they give you a big list in each district of what you need to do, which is super nice for me to be like, oh well, I have to take out 5 more crimes in this area, and I'll complete that checklist option. So that's been really fun. And then I downloaded Mini Metro on Switch, which is kind of like this, you have to create a subway that leads into different cities, which is really interesting. I haven't really played that much of it, but it was something I thought of buying a couple weeks ago, and I just bit the bullet and did it. It's only $9, and So I wanted to try that out. And then Dead Cells I've been playing a little bit more, and that's kind of it. I mean, like I said, I've been really busy doing other stuff. So yeah, it's kind of all I've been playing.
One quick question: is one of the landmarks that you have to take a picture of in Spider-Man that proposal from that poor schlup?
No.
Did you hear about that?
Oh,
story?
Oh yeah, that's not one of them.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, and then she broke up with him before the game even came out.
Yeah, for his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was really.
It's like, seriously, you know your girlfriend or fiance doesn't even like you playing video games, and then you go to try to propose to her in a video game. Not smart.
I mean, yeah, I feel.
I mean, it's a cool idea, I'm surprised they actually went through with it, but still, I mean, you got to have a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. But anyways, we're gonna get into some of this news here. There's a couple things I want to discuss before we get into our topic of the show. There's an interesting quote. This comes from a lot of this stuff comes from Nintendo Life, because they've been the best at reporting Nintendo news lately, and it's been really awesome. Bethesda's Pete Hines says Wolfenstein 3 is absolutely happening, and he says, quote, "We have to see how it ends." Let's see here. Bethesda has shown great support on the Switch since it was released, bringing key titles like Elder Scrolls V and Doom to the hybrid platform. During an interview with IGN last month, Bethesda Senior Vice President of Global Marketing and Communications, Pete Hines, said the demand of the publisher's IP on Nintendo platform is huge. In an interview with Metro recently, where he also spoke about the company's relations with Nintendo, Hines responded to a question about future entries of Wolfenstein series, specifically if there would be a mainline third entry after the recent announced standalone game Wolfenstein Youngblood. He didn't exactly shy away from the question, assuring fans the game would definitely be happening. Yeah, sure, absolutely, we're making Wolfenstein 3. They said on stage that they're taking a break from the larger story to do this thing, talking about Youngblood, but we all have to see how it ends. Although no platforms were mentioned, given the fact Switch received the second game, there's definitely a glimmer of hope for a third game. Also citing Doom Eternal being rumored. Also, Panic Button also said at the same time there were no current plans for them to bring Wolfenstein 1 to Switch, including the New Order and Old Blood, but that doesn't mean it's not happening eventually. So that'd be cool, man. I mean, if they're putting Doom Eternal on Switch, I would have to expect at least Wolfenstein 3, if not Youngblood, would be coming to Switch as well.
I think as long as we're still in this generation of system consoles, that it's still very possible that they're going to come to Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Wolfenstein 3 being that cross generation type thing, similar to the first game being on 360 and Xbox One. I could really see them doing that, and just because they're on a 3-year cycle with Wolfenstein, so.
Well, it makes sense for Bethesda to kind of put it on Switch because they have seen the success of Switch support. When everybody said that they wanted more third-party on Nintendo platforms, when people are showing them why they want it. So,
I mean, so
it
far,
would be crazy.
So far, everything that they've put on Switch has sold over 1 million units.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how much that is worth porting it, but like if you're selling over 1 million units, I would easily say that it's probably happening, right? So,
I mean, if they could pack everything together, it's still sell it at $60. People will buy it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still need to play Wolfenstein 2 on Switch. There's an update that I downloaded the other day for it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to play it on PS4.
I know I need to finish both of them too. I think I'm like halfway through the first one, and I like a quarter or 15% through the second one.
You further than me. I got off the boat or the ship that crashed and got to the land. It stopped right there. So I need to get into it.
Yeah. All right, our next story comes from Eurogamer. One of my favorite games of all time is coming to Nintendo Switch. This comes from Eurogamer, like I said. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is coming to Nintendo Switch. Oddworld Inhabitants has just announced that Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is coming to Switch. While there's no release date yet, the studio also announced that the game will be playable at EGX in Birmingham. EGX is a game show run by Eurogamer's parent company. I showed you guys the announcement video of this where the Oddworld Inhabitants Facebook page had a Switch laying on, I'm assuming, like a bed or a couch or something, and they just threw the Xbox disc onto the Switch. It was the best announcement video ever. Dude, when I saw that, I was... Say what you will about Lauren Lanning and he kind of like speaks his mind for better or for worse about a lot of things, especially Nintendo. But like, this game is awesome. It's in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Like, for real. I mean, it's towards the bottom, obviously, but like that game, the story in that game is really well done. The twist on the third act is really huge. Like the way you use quote unquote live ammo to capture the bounties, it's just it's so good. And they made a HD re-release on PS3 and Vita probably like 3 or 4 years ago, or no, probably longer at this point. Well, probably like 6 or 7 years ago. Jeez, that game is old, isn't it? Yeah. But I played this on the original Xbox, and it was, man, that game is awesome. I've been waiting for some sort of modern way to play this game. Oh, I'm so excited. This game is awesome.
I wish we would get a whole collection. I just love those games in general.
Supposedly, they after they finish the Abe's Exodus remake,
yeah,
they're supposedly bringing those two games to Switch as well.
Okay,
like
that would be awesome.
They've talked about it already, but like, isn't Abe's the first one, Abe's Oddworld? Isn't that on Xbox already?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And I know
that
Munch's Odyssey is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I forget. I know there's some of them are on there.
Yeah.
But
so, I'm
surprised they don't have all of them on there, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, man, ooh. When you switch between third and first person to shoot and run around and do these cool like tornado spin, oh my gosh, so good. So good. Please buy this game. Everybody, please buy this game.
I'm going to probably pick it up for sure.
Let's prove to Lauren Lanning that
he was wrong.
Yes. as most developers are. But
yeah, well, yeah. Anyways, this game doesn't really have a release date, but I wouldn't see it coming. I mean, if they're announcing it now and it's playable and stuff, I could see it coming early next year. So, anyways.
And it's like, like that will be kind of like, like with Nintendo, most of their platform games and things like that are similar to that game. I don't think they really have anything like that. Like Oddworld, that's why I've always liked it. It's pretty unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like there really isn't anything that I can think of that I would compare it to. Like, I honestly, I mean, it's just always been unique. That's what's caught my eye about it. So.
Yeah. Plus, like, my favorite thing about Oddworld is like, it doesn't follow the same character all the time. Like, I know Abe is kind of like the central character of most of them, but like, there's games in the series that don't feature Abe, and it's great because it gives you more of like a fully fleshed world.
It was supposed to be based on 5 characters, and I think they only did 2.
3.
They got 3.
They've got Abe, Munch, and the Stranger.
Okay.
Which he has a name, but I forget what it is.
See, I thought Munch and Stranger was the same thing. I thought Stranger was like the sequel. So, okay.
No, they don't have anything to do with each other. Like, there's little nods and Easter eggs to them, but that's just because it's like set in the same world. It doesn't really have anything to do with each other. So I'm like, that was like the biggest shock to me that game was coming to Switch, because I never thought, because like there's been a couple interviews on shows that I listen to on a consistent basis where he's been on and he has like to put it lightly, Lauren Lanning has no love for Nintendo, like at all. You know, like he like kind of just says it how it is, and I never thought we would ever get any kind of Oddworld game on a Nintendo platform, but
yeah, just go look up that story because I didn't even know Nintendo and Lauren Lanning had any history.
Well, they probably really don't, except for the fact that like Nintendo, like since the last interview, I heard him kind of have no love for Nintendo. Nintendo's really kind of opened up about putting, you know, throwing everything, even the kitchen sink, at the Switch and seeing what sticks and really opening it up to indies and stuff. And Oddworld Inhabitants is technically an indie studio, and like having a high profile indie on there would probably be like really big. You know, just having those types of high profile, and Nintendo is kind of I feel like, not that Nintendo has been like this during the Switch era, but like with Sony kind of being so blocked off with everybody and kind of being like, we're really pushing our first party, and our third party and indies can only play within PlayStation Network and that kind of stuff, right? I think Nintendo has kind of been in this position this gen where like, hey, we're playing nice with everybody. We want everybody on our system. We want you to play with Xbox people or PC people with like Fortnite and Rocket League and stuff, and to have some sort of like big shutout right now would be kind of like not good.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be the opposite of what they've been preaching. So
yeah, I think that's it though, is like Nintendo is looking more towards the future now than maybe they have in the past, and so like these changes that they've made for the better has just, you know, made them a little bit more appealing, I think, to everyone, developers and consumers alike, you know. So
yeah,
so I think that's it, is, you know, like they're just, we'll probably, you know, well, we already are seeing a lot of developers that we would have never thought would start making games on Switch, you know, making them on Switch. So
like I said, it's because of all the success stories that people have been testifying about, and developers seeing good sales, you know.
Well, and I think part of it is too, is it's the hardware in it is workable. Like it's easier to work with, it seems like, than maybe some of the previous systems are.
See, I'll have to off table. We'll discuss that because, yeah.
All right. Before we get into this big kind of sprawling argument that we usually get into on this show, I'm trying to stay away from those kinds of things for time's sake. But like, all right, our next story. We're just moving on. Next story. Star Wolf will also be appearing in Starlink Battle for Atlas for Switch. The Star Fox missions are they're pretty much making a Star Fox campaign for Starlink, and Star Wolf and his team will be the main villains of this kind of side campaign that only Switch players will be able to experience. And they showed off this really man, the animation in these trailers for the Star Fox stuff has been amazing. Like, yeah. I just want Ubisoft to make the next Star Fox game. Like, I really want them to be like, hey, Star Fox, here you go. But like Nintendo is really positioning Starlink as their Star Fox game, right? Like, it comes with the starter kit for Switch comes with a Fox figure, comes with an R-Wing, putting all 4 main characters in it, putting Star Wolf and his team as the villains of this side campaign in there, and somehow still integrating the Star Fox stuff into the main campaign. Man, Ubisoft's really like doubling and tripling down on this project, I feel like. And I feel like with the Star Fox stuff, this is good. I feel like Starlink's going to sell probably like triple what it's going to sell on the other consoles because of the Star Fox stuff.
Well, everybody would have been crying to Ubisoft why Star Fox is not even in this game. So Nintendo and Ubisoft were just like, hey, we need to jump on this because we know that's going to be some coins that we're guaranteed to get. So they would have been insane to pass that up.
Yeah, it's man, I wish I didn't have to buy the ship and the starter kit and stuff. I just want to play the Star Fox stuff in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
like, also, I really want an R-wing that'll sit on my desk.
Well, you
Because
can. You can. That's the thing is everything is technically in game. You don't have to put that ship on your controller if you don't want to.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
And I think they said that there's going to be a digital code for the R-wing
Yeah.
in the box, so you can just download it instead of
Yeah.
having it on your controller.
Yeah, because I think they want to make it so you don't have to use it, but so then if people who are collectors too can just kind of have it and don't have to use it.
Yeah. Are you guys
I'll
excited?
be looking at. Yeah, I'm getting it. I'll be looking
Yeah,
at Target to see what they have to offer.
Yeah, I'm normally not too much into those kind of games, but this just looks really good. It just looks like more than just your regular, shooting, pilot shooting game type thing. So
Yeah.
it's, it does something for me.
But it's going to be on Ubisoft on how much they're going to supply this for Nintendo over PS4 and Xbox One.
I think this is a pretty big thing for them. I really think that they're gonna try to get this game out there because they're sticking too much money into it to not, get it out there.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the big thing here is the Star Wolf they've kind of positioned a villain for the Star Fox crew, which is cool. It's just not the Starlink villain. Whatever. I really don't know much about that game except for the Star Fox stuff, so because it's the only stuff I care about.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll get into some of this other news next week. We have a pretty big topic this week, and we're going to answer your questions. We're going to infuse the question block into. Nope.
No, just one thing.
Nope.
One quick
Nope.
surprise announcement. I'm sorry, boss. Please. It's real quick.
Continue.
Salt and Sanctuary is going to be a physical release for
We already covered
Nintendo
that.
Switch.
All right. Next story.
No, we did not.
Yeah, we did like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks
They're
ago.
getting a physical release.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes out in like what, 2 weeks or something.
They didn't. They just did it at PAX. That's why I was just like,
Oh, it's been on Amazon pre-order for like 2 months.
oh, well, I'm sorry. Continue to move. Where have I been at?
Apparently not on the show.
Well,
Jerk.
what happened was, I love you, boss.
It releases October 30th, 2018. It's the Salt and Sanctuary Drowned Tome edition.
Oh,
$29.99. Amazon.com. Good job, Ed.
Hey.
Anyways, our big topic this week, the next 15 months of Nintendo, about 15 months, 16 months, have gotten pretty packed. We've kind of compiled a list of games here for the next 15 months, and on average, this is not including Nindies or anything. Like, Nintendo has about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They've got about 17 first-party games coming out in the next 15 months. They've got about 60 third-party games coming out in the next 15 months. And that's not including indies, and that's not including unannounced projects. So, so before we get into that, Jesse, I want to ask you what you thought of the Direct real quick. If you want to sum it up, like what your favorite parts were. And
Okay, so like first off, it like had an amazing start. We got Luigi's Mansion 3, and I was super excited about that. And then like they just kept on hitting us like with amazing looking games. Like I honestly like as I was watching it, I'm like the last time that I was this excited about a Direct or like something to do with Nintendo, like I feel like this felt like not this year's but last year's E3. Like it was up there, like E3, like big E3 announcements for me. Like like they just I mean, like they had the Animal Crossing and stuff and all that, that a lot of people got excited for, and people have been asking for forever since like what the Wii U version or the Wii U, or was it Wii that, or did Wii U have one as well?
Oh, which one?
Animal Crossing. Did they have a
We
Wii
did.
U?
The Wii U,
There
the
was-
Wii U
it
had
was a
the.
festival one.
It was the Amiibo Festival, which was kind of like a
Okay.
board game. It wasn't a real
Okay.
Animal Crossing game.
Because
Yeah.
I know I had the Animal Crossing game for Wii, because that was one of I think the third game I bought for it or something like that. So I know I had that.
Out of
but yeah,
all
I
the
didn't
great
know
Wii
if they-
games, that was the third game you bought for it.
Well, I don't remember what I all
I'm just
bought.
messing with you.
No, I actually got it as a gift too. I think it was like with a Christmas gift or something like that. But yeah, so like I mean, you had that everyone was asking for forever. Just I don't know, man. That show is just really good. Like I did not expect it at all. For like there's some things that I hoped to see, but I feel like they're like big hitters like Pikmin. That's something that they're gonna want to save for next year probably to show. I mean that they've just got so much going on right now that they don't really need to show anything like that yet. And we still need to see more about Metroid. I mean, there's a lot of things that they've got, tricks up their sleeve, but like overall, there was just some really amazing games on that show, and yeah, I was super shocked. Like I was completely blown away with it, and I was pretty excited to be watching it. So,
Come on, Luigi's Mansion 3, man.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm excited for that. Now I'm still super excited for Mario Party. I love that. I know it's something I can play with my wife that she loves.
Mm-hmm.
I know the kids will love it. They may not be the greatest at it, but
Nobody's
they'll
good
learn.
at Mario Party.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Right.
But it's just and they'll learn and they can play with us. It's something that they can kind of teach them, motor skills and things like that. Just
Every time I think of Mario
using their
Party,
hands.
I think of the Peach's Castle level where Toad and Bowser are on the castle, in the top of the castle, and the castle
Yeah.
rotates every time you get a star.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And like when you go up there and Bowser's up there, he takes 40 coins and like
Yeah.
gives you one of those black stars, and you're just like, huh. This is why nobody's good at Mario Party.
I've always loved the Mario Party games. The last few haven't been the best. Like ever since they got away from that whole board game style, it just really wasn't as good. And so I'm just really excited for them to go back to that.
Yeah.
And yeah. And like you said, the Starlink stuff, they showed a little bit more of the Star Fox stuff, and that that's looking better and better every time we see it. And just there's so much stuff going on in that show. It's all a jumble in my brain. I can't even like remember like half of the stuff. I just was too blown away by everything.
Yeah.
It's just like in your face, like constant. And I'm just like, holy crap.
Yeah. Every especially like the second half, they just kept hitting you with new stuff and new stuff and new stuff. And then like the Final Fantasy stuff, like for me, 9, 10, and 12 are a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know 7's a huge deal to a lot of people too. Is like this is the first time Final Fantasy, like a mainline Final Fantasy game, has been on a Nintendo platform since the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and I was a big 7 fan, but only that's because like that's where I started. Like, so it's just more of a like I feel like I'd probably enjoy playing it if I went back to it, but I feel it's going to be one of those nostalgia things where I may not like it as much as I originally did, but then again, like Chrono Trigger, I still enjoy playing that every once in a while, and that's older, or a little bit older, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not that much older, is it?
Yeah.
Because I know it was on Super Nintendo, but I feel like
Yeah.
It was on the DS. And then it was on PSP, and then it was on PS1 also. But I hear that's like the worst way to play that game. So
but but like 10 and 10 too. I'm really looking forward to playing those because I never actually played them. I watched someone play them, and I enjoyed like that way.
Yeah,
consuming it. But
Auron is the best Final Fantasy character.
Which one?
Auron.
From 10.
Yeah, the guy with the red coat and the
yeah.
I
just
like
love
the most powerful one in that game.
I know. Well, no, actually, if you take Yuna through the Black Mage sphere grid, like she's unstoppable. Like you can take her all the way through after you do the White Mage sphere grid, you can put her over through the Black Mage sphere grid, and she makes Lulu look like she is not a magic wielder. That's how powerful she is. Oh, she's so good, so good. But I want to run through Nintendo's first party lineup for Switch for the next 15 months. Even some rumored titles that aren't even announced yet, but there's only 2 of those, so it really doesn't matter that much. But in September, we're getting the Nintendo Switch Online stuff, and on the 21st, we're getting Torna the Golden Country, which is the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 prequel. And if you have the expansion pass for that game, you get that. It's already out, I think, for that, for expansion pass holders. So, and then in November we're getting, or October we're getting Super Mario Party from them, and in November we're getting the Pokemon games. December we're getting Smash. Let's see, January we're getting New Super Mario Brothers U and Travis Strikes Again, and then in April, that's not really first party, but I'm going to say it anyway. Shovel Knight we're getting in April. And then for 2018, 2019, confirmed for first party, Animal Crossing, Daemon X Machina, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Luigi's Mansion 3, a core Pokemon RPG, which you can probably count as being 2 versions, Town, which is Game Freak's new game, and Yoshi's Crafted World. Likely coming in 2019, Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4. And then the rumored first-party stuff is Metroid Prime Trilogy HD and Pikmin 4, or Pikmin World, as the project has been kind of rumored to be called. So that's a lot of first-party production from Nintendo.
Yeah.
And that's not including stuff that they're probably talking about porting. That's not talking about other projects. Like, that's a huge lineup for the next 15 months from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe how much production they're putting into this thing. Because look at the Wii U and even the Wii to some extent, even though it was kind of hidden for Wii because we got a lot of third-party support for that console. But for the Wii U, we waited like 3, 4, 5 months sometimes for a first-party title, and Nintendo's continuing to put out first-party production every month, 1 game a month.
Yeah.
It's been that way since Zelda launched. 1 game a month, except for I think May, which they kind of positioned Street Fighter 2 as the remake
game.
as the big game for that May.
Well, because Dark Souls got delayed.
Yeah,
Dark Souls was supposed to be the big game.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna get into third party in a second, but like that first party production is it's. I get it. Like a lot of the stuff this spring was kind of ported over from Wii U, but still, that's like putting out 1 first party title a month. Like Sony's put out three first party games this year, and everybody's praising them for their production, right? And Nintendo's putting out 1 every 4 to 6 weeks, which people aren't really discussing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just in first party production alone, that's incredible.
Well, and the thing is like people want to complain about them porting games, but you've got to remember that like probably less than half of the people who own a Switch had a Wii U. Right. So a lot of those games never got the attention they deserved.
But
and
this
two, you want to have stuff to fill in the gaps, so people are constantly getting stuff.
But this is
the thing. It's a good choice on their part.
This is the thing. Even with ports just being on the Switch, everybody's talking about them.
Yeah.
When a lot of these games originally came out, they got a little bit pressed, and nobody has talked about them.
Look at
Nobody.
Tropical. Look at the second life that Tropical Freeze has gotten. Look how many people are talking about Tropical Freeze. And like my thing is like, remember how tired everybody was of 2D Mario when the Wii U came out, and everybody dogpiled on New Super Mario Bros. U because it was another 2D Mario game. And in the span of like 3 years, we got 4 games. Yeah. And now that it's coming to Switch, like this is kind of what bothers me, and this is kind of what bothers me about like the Wind Waker stuff too. But that's a different story. But like, I loved New Super Mario Bros. U when it came out because like I didn't play New Super Mario Bros. 2, and I didn't play the Wii version, and I didn't play the DS versions. I played a little bit of the DS version, but like I loved that game, and I still think it's one of my favorite 2D Mario games. And people were like dogging on it, and now they're excited because it's coming to Switch, and it's just like.
But this is the weird thing. Like even after that game got announced, you see all this fan art of Peachette. It's just like, okay, y'all did not care about a lot of these ports and stuff being on Switch. Why is all this fan art coming out? Why everybody getting on limited run games to get these copies when they physical come? Like everybody is doing so much for Nintendo Switch with these old ports. The ported thing shouldn't even matter anymore because it's doing its job. Yeah. It's marketing, it's getting the talk, and people are going to buy it. If you don't like the porting, then don't buy the game.
And then, like, I feel bad for people like, like Jesse who didn't own a Wii U, and, like, he's getting to play all these games for the first time, and it's like, he gets to experience these great games that, like he said, probably over half the people that own a Switch didn't buy Wii U, right? Like, it's probably that number is probably higher. You're just assuming that everyone that had a Wii U bought a Switch. Like, that's still, like, a tad over half, right? So a lot of people are experiencing these games for the first time, and like I was talking to Matt on NGR a couple weeks ago, like I'm looking at my Switch library and I'm looking at my Wii U library, and they're awfully similar, right? And not in like a bad way, like I don't care, I'll rebuy the games to play it on the most current platform, right?
Yeah,
right. I do that all the time.
Play it on the go.
Yeah, but like I'm just like everybody who like hated the Wii U is now praising the Switch for having all these Wii U games on it. It really bugs me, man. Like the Wii U was a good console, it just because everybody was confused at what it was when they announced it, or like the big tablet is kind of feels like a toy, but like the Switch is essentially becoming the Wii U 2.0.
Well, I you know what, whatever thoughts people have about the Wii U, that's fine. All of that stuff that happened during the 360 and PS3 days, all of that has switched or changed. The just looking at it. So now that these games are coming to Switch, everybody's realizing all these great games that they missed on the Nintendo console.
Yeah.
And now they're joining in the conversation, and nobody's really judging anybody. Be like, oh, you're now realizing what this game is. How do you like it? You Bayonetta 2, you was mad that it was exclusive to Wii U. Oh, you got it for Switch. How do you like it? Like conversations are happening about these games coming to Switch, and everybody now is just realizing, I wish I would have played this when it first came out.
Yeah, like for the Bayonetta 2 example you use is like people are loving it on Switch, but like you could have played it like 4 years ago when it came out, and like don't get me wrong, it's great that it's on Switch because now it's outsold the Wii U version like 4-1 on Switch, which is fantastic, right? And we're getting Bayonetta 3 out of it, which is also great. It's just like the revisionist history. And now you look at people like, oh, I should go get a Wii U now, and it's like, well, Nintendo stopped making them, so now you're going to pay an arm and a leg for one. And you could have just been, I don't know. It's the same thing with the GameCube stuff, like Wind Waker, and now everybody loves Wind Waker when everybody hated it when it came out. It just, like, I don't know. I didn't really care for Wind Waker when it came out, when I first saw it either, but then when you play it and you're like, oh, wow, it's an amazing Zelda game. And
yeah.
I don't know.
Because I think Legend of Zelda. Yeah, because I think that's more like along the lines of, I know, like, this is kind of somewhat, not really similar, but it's similar to that. is like when Siege was first being made, that was supposed to be something completely different. And I think that was the only issue with it. Like for me personally, I've already told like why at first I just don't like cell shading in general, but like it wasn't a bad game. Like I know for a fact it was a good game, but I just didn't like. I was so ready for like a better looking version of like Ocarina of Time, but like
Twilight
a
Princess
completely
represent.
new story. And I did like that, but at the same time, there's certain parts of that game that I didn't care for though either.
But that's the thing about it. It's just that sometimes looks can be deceiving.
Yeah,
and that's
You know-
that's always been Nintendo though. Like
yeah,
they
Yeah.
and that's why Wind Waker on Wii U looks so good. Is like they really kind of remade that game into more of like a fluid kind of animated Zelda instead of the cell shaded stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Which,
it still has the same look and feel of Wind Waker, but they got rid of like the dark outlines around the characters. They kind of made it feel more like an animated movie instead of the cell shaded stuff, right? And like that's why I think that version is going to hold up. Probably 20, 30 years from now, that version is going to look great. And not that like the GameCube version doesn't look great, but with HD visuals and stuff, everything's fleshed out, whatever. But, like, man, if that
I do want them to bring it to Switch because I would like to play that because I haven't even. I'm sure I've probably seen stuff from that HD version.
Yeah,
but I've never got to play it yet.
It's a good version. It's a good.
You missed it.
It's a good version because
You
they fixed that Triforce quest that was
had issues.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into some of these questions because we're kind of running out of time. So this and to talk about the first party stuff, and to be fair, I didn't mean to sound really down on people who are enjoying the Switch. I'm glad everybody's enjoying Switch. It's just like the internet commenting like class of jerks just kind of like really make me mad sometimes.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of negativity in the gaming world.
Guess what? You know what? If you just go buy the stuff and play it.
Yeah.
If you mad about things, at least get the experience out of it. Redbox it, GameFly it, do whatever you got to do. But if you're gonna make a comment about something, at least give the game a try.
Yeah. So remember, you can email us your questions at nintendopowblock@gmail.com, tweet at us at Nintendo_P-Block, or comment below this video for next week. Remember, we're giving away that $20 eShop gift card here on Nintendo Pow Block. So Megan Green writes in and says, well, it looks like 2019 is becoming another huge year for Nintendo Switch. Was there any games you were surprised weren't in the Direct, and what games do you think they're saving for the next Direct or other game shows?
I think we covered this on our reactions to it. I think one of the things a lot of people are surprised that they didn't show was Metroid Prime 4, but like I said, they're saving 4 for E3.
Yeah, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna do pull a Bayonetta at the Game Awards this year with Metroid Prime 4, and it's like, hey, we have a new trailer for Metroid Prime 4. And they're going to show a trailer of it, and then they're going to be like, also, before that game comes out, catch up on the trilogy, and we're going to give you a HD trilogy.
But if I was doing the Game Awards, I would do something less bigger than Prime 4. And
why?
Because the thing about it is that, when everybody's going to be watching the Game Awards, of course, just to see the new announcements and stuff. And so they're expecting for Nintendo to announce something like real big or showcase something real big. So I think
you don't think Metroid's. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Metroid is.
I don't think Metroid is fitting. Is fitting for that audience. Again. I hate Skype some days. I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is ready for that audience. if I was going to showcase that and really go big, I would do it at E3. E3 has more of a
Yeah, but if you want to get the trilogy out, like if you're planning on hypothetically, if you're planning on releasing Metroid Prime 4 next spring, next fall,
trilogy.
you're gonna want the trilogy to be out in January or February, which
So do the. I mean, I would say do the trilogy in the summer, like put it in the regular direct.
yeah, but so many people are gonna be so tired of Metroid by the time 4 comes out.
And guess what? And how well is Breath of the Wild still doing?
It's totally different. We didn't get a flood of Zelda games before the sequel.
We got a lot of trailers and people waited for that.
So trailers are different than actually playing through 3 full games before you play through the 4th one.
Well, yeah, but the thing about it is people will wait for Metroid Prime 4. They'll get the trilogy. That's no it's a bust. People have already said that.
If they're gonna wait till E3 to show the HD trilogy, then Metroid Prime 4 is coming out in 2020.
No, I'm saying that the trilogy will be shown at a regular direct. Metroid Prime 4 itself will be shown at E3. It shouldn't be shown at the Game Awards because I don't think the Game Awards is big enough for something to be shown like Metroid Prime 4. So I will wait for E3 because that's a bigger and everybody's going to be talking about that.
Well,
if they pull it off right.
If Nintendo kind of told us anything, they don't care about E3 with this week's direct. They just don't care. Like they just show what they want when they want.
They added on, I should say.
Well, and it would be different if we haven't already like seen some form of something for Metroid Prime 4. Like then I would see them not showing something at that. But I don't know. I think I'm kind of with Corey. I could see them doing that just because like it would be like the thing talked about.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Plus, if you're trying to bolster your spring lineup with Mario and Yoshi's Crafted World.
But then think about it. Oh, you show Metroid Prime trilogy at the Game Awards. Yay! What if they show Cyberpunk 2077 and that gets all the talk?
I'm sure that game will be at the Game Awards.
And see, Nintendo should be smart enough to avoid that. A Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be shown more at Game Awards. I think
the Nintendo audience is so much more different. I think a lot of people think that Nintendo is different than Cyberpunk across the board.
You will literally have to pull one of the most unexpected things that's going to overshadow.
Dude, they showed Death Stranding last year. They showed so many things at the Game Awards last year, and Nintendo went out and pulled out Bayonetta. You're telling me that Metroid? No, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Metroid's much bigger than Bayonetta.
Not for the Game Awards.
All right, we're gonna end this conversation and continue with the question. Pikmin, I think, was one of the big ones. I think was not shown. Yeah, like with Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion, I feel like Pikmin kind of fits in that kind of tier of games. Not that they're like. They're not the Zelda or Mario games, but they're like their own kind of tier of
puzzle type game.
Yeah, and I feel like Pikmin would have fit right in there with Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion. I know, Jesse, you mentioned Pikmin a lot.
yeah, but I do want to just touch on one thing. That Yoshi game looks so amazing. I didn't talk about that when I was talking about the direct, but I just wanted to add that game looks so good. I can't wait to play that game.
Yeah, that game looks so good. Like the fact that all the levels are engineered backwards as well to play through, or in like you flip the perspective, like that's insane.
Just the layers to it, like I like how they didn't just make it the layers of the map just part of the background, that it's actually interactive and like things like that. Like for them to do that and just kind of take it to the next level is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Let's see, what else wasn't shown. I'm kind of surprised they didn't show Dark Souls or Valkyria Chronicles either, just because, not that they're like huge games, but their release is imminent. Like Valkyria Chronicles is out next week and Dark Souls is out in like 2 or 3 weeks, and no mention of the Dark Souls kind of online thing. You know, the test thing that they were supposed to have.
So I wonder if it's not ready.
Yeah, man, that's kind of, which is weird because when I played it at PAX, I know it was just a vertical slice or whatever, but like that game felt really polished and there's no hiccups or anything. Like that game felt really polished, and I'm just surprised that like A, it got delayed 6 months, but B, it's like you're not mentioning it. Is it going to get delayed again?
I think so. I think that mug is going to get pushed back.
Well,
they got that trilogy,
or they've spent so much money on it that they're just like, let's just get it out. And Nintendo's like, all right, well, there's something in this game that doesn't look right, so we're not gonna feature it, you know. So I don't know. That was kind of weird to me too, is them not showing that. But getting into third-party stuff, Deshaun Malone asks, with Final Fantasy Galore coming to Switch, do you think that plus Bethesda's continued support will open the floodgates for companies like Ubisoft, Capcom, EA, and more to port old games and give us new experiences? Then he says, give me Assassin's Creed and Dead Space.
No.
See, I kind of think some people... I think Capcom... I could see Capcom releasing, you know, Resident Evil remakes and 4, 5, 6 on there. I could see them... I could see certain companies putting more effort into porting stuff to Switch. I don't know if it's going to be on the Square level of like, hey, here's literally everything from the last 20 years on your platform. Here you go. But like, I could see like Assassin's Creed 3 coming or something dumb like that from Ubisoft, you know, just to put an Assassin's Creed experience on Switch.
It's too late. They won't do it.
It's not too late.
Let's get an Assassin's Creed with it, where you get a Mario skin, where you're basically running around the world as Mario,
running overalls in a red shirt.
Yeah,
jumping on people's heads.
No. I think if those games were going to be done, they would have been in this direct. Or they would have been like already announced. So no, I don't think it's going to be.
I mean, they're not going to announce everything at one time.
Yeah, EA's not going to really support Nintendo.
I don't think EA is going to support Nintendo either, other than FIFA, because like I don't know, it's just dumb. But FIFA's. Continue, Jesse. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say the only reason that I think it's possible is just because like you know, like Xbox right now, like they're doing really well with like having the backwards compatibility stuff, and like so they don't really technically need people to remake certain games because they can just offer the original versions to be able to be played on the new system. So but I could see where like some of the other, you know, companies that they would like to redo some of those games that maybe were big hits for them, like the Switch would kind of be like the ideal place to get make the most money.
Well, think of Ubisoft putting that Ezio collection after all the bugs that they have with that game. That being on Switch and Ubisoft not fixing it.
Yeah, well,
they fixed it. They patched it. That was like the pre-day one patch for reviews. Hello?
Next question.
Ed doesn't like it when I prove him wrong.
No, I didn't want to respond to your. Just like really.
I just want to say one thing too. Just a shout out to Deshaun Malone. He said he had messaged me on Twitter and just like had said that he had watched our the Arsenal X plays and that he enjoyed them and stuff. So you know, I really appreciate that when people, you know, like message us and stuff and kind of just let us know how we're doing. So thank you.
Shout out to him. I had to ask him. I haven't hit him up on Twitter. I'm like, what did you think of my answer from last week, from his last question? Since I was going to be weird and out there. Because I haven't asked my friends, so I'm going to hit him up.
Man, Our next question comes from Mark Grossman. He says, "Found your show last week, and I'm excited to be a part of your audience." Thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you did not do that already. Right? Right.
Yeah.
Do you think we will get more controllers other than the NES ones as wireless? I don't know.
We'll get more colors, but we won't get more controllers.
See, I think they're testing out the NES ones to see how they do with the NES online service thing, and if they start adding Super Nintendo, like I could see them doing Super Nintendo ones, but I don't know if they would go much farther than that. Like I don't.
N64.
Yeah, could you see the N64 clock controllers hanging off the side of the Switch?
I fell out laughing. I was just like, someone had to do this, and this is hilarious because it looks so bad.
Man, that'd be so funny. I mean, in all honesty, if they do like a GameCube Virtual Console thing, the only thing I would say, like, I don't think they're going to do wireless ones, but if they did, that'd be really cool to have Wavebird 2.0s coming to Switch for GameCube, like a GameCube online thing. Oh, that'd be so cool. But then you would actually add the extra Z button, so it would feel like a Pro Controller.
Well, I that's what I was about to say. The Wavebird is a Pro Controller.
Oh, the Wavebird is such a good controller. I found like I was missing the sensor to it, and I found it. Yeah. I found the sensor to my Wavebirds, and I'm like, oh man, it's on now. We're gonna be playing all kinds of GameCube soon.
Wavebird Pro.
Yeah,
I can
too bad.
see that.
So
too bad they didn't have a attachment to use that on your Switch.
I mean, to be honest with you, too bad that those wireless controllers don't work with your NES Classic Edition. But all right, our last question comes from Danny Chu. We kind of got away from this list of games coming out, but that's all right. Danny Chu just found your show, all of them, and I love it.
Thanks, Danny.
With such a flood of AAA new games and ports of beloved classics, what part will Nindies play in the future of Switch?
The same part that they're playing now, that they're going to be coming out, and everybody's going to want to get them. Indies, the Nindies are too big on Switch than any other console.
Yeah, I don't think this flood of AAA stuff is going to affect the indie market, right? I think if anything, it's going to make the indie games that are coming to Switch better. Because they know, like, these indie developers are going to think they have to compete with these AAA titles, which I don't really think they have to. But in terms of like development, I feel like they're gonna have to put out a more polished product, and I think we're going to get better in indies because of the AAA and third party support for Switch, right? Like, what? Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, pretty much this year, AAA. It's in a sense, it's not where it used to be at because of how successful all these indie games have come in. Like, if you really look at it, and this is gonna sound crazy, God of War is probably the only perfect 10 that's a AAA game, whether it's first party or third party. We have almost had about four independent games that have been rated 10. Yeah. On the same level of God of War. So this year, like, and that's going to continue to be a portable role in the future, not just for Switch, but pretty much for any console that's out there. Yes.
Yeah, like my Switch, I mostly use it to play indie games. To be honest,
I mean, so do I.
I look forward to the AAA games, but when it comes down to it, that's what I'm mostly playing is the indie games because they've just got such good games on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I buy some of the third-party games on Switch just to support the console, you know. But I really use my Switch to play Nintendo and indie games, right? I mean, that's the gist of it, right? Like I bought Doom and Wolfenstein on Switch because like I want to show my appreciation of Bethesda supporting the Switch with their games, right? And you know, I know the preferred way to play Doom is definitely on Xbox One or PS4 or PC, right? But just the fact that they went through that effort to put Doom on Switch, and and don't get me wrong, Doom is not a bad port on Switch, especially if you want to take it with you, right? It's not the greatest version of the game, but it's a serviceable version, and the fact that they went through that effort to put that game on there, and Wolfenstein is even better, which gives me hope for Doom Eternal and what will probably be, either Youngblood or Wolfenstein 3 on there, right? Like,
Yeah.
that gives me a lot of hope that Panic Button really knows the engine, really knows what they're doing, and I look forward to more Bethesda and Panic Button games in general. Warframe, for example, coming out on November 20th is being done by Panic Button. I'm like, the fact that Panic Button is working on that game makes me interested, right? Because they've worked so well with Bethesda. So, I mean, but for the most part, my Switch is for Nintendo games, indies, and, probably most likely older ports of games, right? Like Saints Row the Third, I'm definitely going to pick up. Which, by the way, Jesse, actually, both of you, I want to talk to you after this show about something that you guys kind of did on Arsenal X a couple months ago at this point when I took my little break, the challenge stuff. But I downloaded Saints Row the Third to my Xbox One because it's backwards compatible now. Nice. So. And I want to kind of do like a quick look of it because it's coming to Switch. So, but like you said, Jesse, my Switch is full of indie games that I probably would never even try to like. I mean, like there's certain indie games that I would get on other platforms if they were there, but like the Switch makes indies more accessible for me.
Yeah. The indie games on Switch makes physical copies even sell more.
Yeah,
like everybody complain, it's a $40 indie game tax, and people are buying it. You're walking into stores and half of the physical copies at a store is indie games, and you barely see any in stock.
Well, I thought, okay, I'm getting all my Nintendo games physically, right? My Nintendo published games physically. So a 128 gigabyte memory card should suffice for the amount of indies I want to play, right? Then this was at the beginning of the generation, at the beginning of the Switch's life, and I was like, I don't know how many indies I'm going to download, but after I play them, I'll probably delete them, right? I'm already full. I've been full on my memory card for like 3 or 4 months, and I'm researching what the $400 memory card or the 400 gigabyte memory card has come down $100 since the Switch came out, but like I'm waiting for that sale on that 400 gig memory card so I can buy more indies and just have them there, like in certain indies I have physically, like Dead Cells, and I'll get Shovel Knight physically. But
Corey,
what?
I'll see you on Black Friday on Amazon.
I know, right? Right. So, but yeah, I mean, like. But with games like Final Fantasy X and 12 coming to Switch, like I know that they're going to get physical copies. I'll get physical copies of those games. And those are some classic PS2 games that I think everybody should play. Especially 12, I think is a really underrated Final Fantasy game. And 10 is, for some reason, 10 gets a lot of hate now. But like I really loved that game when it came out. And then, I know 7 and 9 aren't getting physicals, but the PC versions of those games aren't small. And if you want to download them, I don't know. It's just, there are certain games that, other AAA games like ports and stuff that I'll be getting. So, when Dragon Quest 11 comes to Switch, I'll be getting that on Switch. Any type of RPG that's available on all consoles will probably also be on Switch. Because the portable nature of the game means I can play it because I can't sit there and play my Xbox or PS4 while I'm watching TV with my wife or watching my baby, right? Like, you just can't do that.
And people have been posting all of these ports and stuff and indies that they bought. They've been posting them like, I'm at a restaurant playing this game on my Switch, and you just see pictures of that.
Yeah,
and I think that is so cool. And that's kind of showing publishers and developers, we will support your game if you bring it to Nintendo Switch. And you can see how some game, whether it's so big on PS4 or Xbox One, it's going to also sell well on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, and like there's certain games that don't need to be on Switch, right? Like we talked a lot about Overwatch when Diablo got announced. Like I would love it on Switch, but that's one of those games that doesn't need to be on Switch, right? That sort of thing. And Rainbow Six, right? Jesse, we talked about Rainbow Six for a while, and Call of Duty, like those games don't need to be on Switch. There's certain games that fit right at home on Switch. Final Fantasy fits at home on Switch. Dragon Quest fits at home on a Nintendo console.
Yes.
So, I mean, Saints Row the Third. Not sure if that really fits Switch, but like
I think
it
fits it better. It fits it better than like a Call or Grand Theft Auto, but
yeah,
just because it's more,
anything fits better than Grand Theft Auto.
But yeah, we didn't really go over this huge list, but I have over 60 games here, not including indies. Coming to the Switch in the next year that we know about. So, yeah, man, Switch is a great console. I can't wait for a lot of this stuff. The Direct was great. I truly hope that, to get back to who asked this question, like opening the floodgates to other games. Like the one thing I think Square did well was release these Final Fantasy games. And like I really think that opens the door for maybe not Kingdom Hearts 3, but the Kingdom Hearts collection, because half of those games are DS and 3DS games anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kingdom Hearts, like the collection, came to Switch eventually. Yeah. So, but I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. We've been going for almost an hour and a half here. Remember to email us your questions at nintendopowblock@gmail.com for a chance to win. This is your last week to get your questions in. Next week, we will, A, announce the winner of the $20 eShop gift card, and then B, announce our giveaway for October. It's a big one. Hopefully, I won't have to make any changes to this due to some sort of delay or something, but it's going to be a big one. I've already talked to Ed. Jesse, I'll tell you when we're done recording. So get us your question. I'm very excited to announce our first winner. The rules, remember, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us your question with kind of quote unquote real information, I guess, like your name and whatever, so we can get that to you. It is a North American code, so if you're not from the US or Canada, if you win, you will need an American account to use this, but very excited to give this away. So email us your questions, tweet us your questions at Nintendo_P-Block. We're really looking forward to it. You can find Nintendo Pow Block every Tuesday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on your podcast service of choice and our YouTube page. Come watch us. It's a really fun time. Check out our direct recap that we did last week. Really proud of the almost 2-hour show Ed and I put together. It was a good time talking about that direct. Check out our other content. Check out our quick looks. Check out our other shows. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Phantom Maggot AX and on SoundCloud Jesse Douglas Phantom Maggot AX.
Ed, where can we find you? You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode. Why Corey just lay back? I'm just leaning back. Okay, I'm enjoying myself. I'm just glad we're not recording at 1 o'clock in the morning.
We actually have energy.
I know. I'm just enjoying myself, Ed. Is that all right?
In other words, I'm about to be plugging a lot of stuff, so you're just gonna sit back and wait till I'm done. You guys can check me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode. You can check out my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other podcast apps. Also on NGRradio.com. The beauty of video games is live. This first week is available, so you guys can read those blogs up. I focus on art. This week, I focus on character. This week, I'm focusing on art. And also check out the Optional Opinion podcast featuring the Nintendo main. Trey and Jeremy join me as we talked about our favorite characters. Check out the Messenger review on NGR Radio and Arsenal X on Arsenal X Xbox channel on YouTube. And if you guys love Xbox, come and subscribe and throw up the X with us.
Yeah. You can find me at CoreyHD86 on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on Nerds Gone Rogue. I hope you like the new look of the website. I've been trying to fix a lot of the issues we've been having on the site since they kind of switched some stuff up on me. NGRradio.com. I really actually like the new look of the website. I am going to create a new banner though because it just looks sad. It doesn't look bad. It just needs a proper banner. But we've put a lot of work into it, a lot of work into the shows and stuff. So I hope you go there and enjoy its content. Check out our other shows. Check out Nerds Gone Rogue Prime for Pod and Play Season 3. Like I said, The Witcher is this week, and next week is our Cuphead conversation, so go there and check it out. Subscribe to our other channels. Like I said, our platform-specific channels have gotten their own YouTube channels, so go check those out. Nerds Gone Platinum, Arsenal X, and of course, Nerds Gone Rogue Prime. If you're watching us on YouTube, they are there in the featured content section under Nerds Gone Rogue and Friends, so go there and subscribe. Easy enough. Get us that URL. Remember to get in your questions. eShop giveaway. Woo! And until next week, we love you.
Bye everybody. Woo!